corner. His record is 12 wins and 7 losses. His height is 5 foot 7 inches. His weight is 155 pounds. He trains with the Garage and hails from Citronelle, Alabama. Please welcome Nick the Chief Guiditta! And in the red corner, his record is 3 wins and 2 losses. His height is 6 foot 1 inch and his weight is 155 pounds. He trains with Niagara Top Team and comes to you all the way from Manitoulin Island, Ontario. Please welcome Jared the Sheriff Drumond!
So Chris, here it is.
This title is currently vacant and your referee will be Cody Easton.
You thought I was going to step over the ring announcer right there, Chris.
Oh, yeah, but the fourth time you got it.
Man.
Fourth time. Fifth time's a charm. Some people say third time's a charm, fifth time.
We've got a classic matchup between a striker versus grappler. You know, Jared is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's got heavy hands. So this is going to be interesting, and I expect a fast start out of Nick.
Well, let's see if Jared can keep him at his range, using his jabs. Nick wants to get him in that range 2 area.
Well, you're talking about the pressure from Nick.
Oh, good kick.
And you see Nick on his heels. Like he's not creating that pressure that we had talked about that he's known for. The pressure that we're getting out of Jared right now, Jared Drumond, is due to the fact that he probably understands he's a little more advanced than Nick on the ground, and he's trying to take it to where, you know, he's at a distinct advantage.
100%, man. I tell you what, I picked Jared up at the airport, and I was talking to him about his nerves, man, and, you know, coming all the way from, you know, a different country, Canada, all the way here, not a hometown crowd. He's cool as a cucumber, man.
Nice.
You know, most of the time I deal with people from Canada, a lot of education up there. I've got a ton of respect for people from that country.
Wow, good clean strikes being thrown right now.
All right, so we had talked about length and range. Where Nick has to be careful is staying in the mid-range. He needs to be all the way up on Jared and not in the mid-range.
Jared's doing a great job of that low kick to the leg, just knocking Nick's leg out from underneath him sometimes.
And you know, Nick can take that kick, but he's got to make Jared pay every time. He's got to throw a heavy right hand when he does that.
Yeah, 100%. He's got to start using that counter on that calf kick. But I'm going to tell you, the counter to that calf kick's that knee bump check.
You know, and we started with Jared creating lots of pressure trying to take Nick down, and he's not doing it. And if you look where Nick is right now, he's inside counter punching against a guy that's really long.
Well, and here's the thing, when you really watch this, you can tell, you know, Jared is probably a more technical striker, more clean, more crisp. Nick's best chance is to turn this into a dirty, ugly fight, pushing against a fight. Just make it a fight.
Nick is dirty. 100% dirty.
Just like where he's at right now.
And you know, right now, if I'm Nick, I'm probably not going for that takedown. It's not where he wants to
No, he just wants to push the guy around the fence. He wants to throw little shots in there. He wants to rough him up.
Use that dirty
like
boxing.
That right there.
So we saw the leg kick, and I had mentioned that the leg kick from Jared, and that Nick's going to have to make him pay. You just see him, he's hitting him twice.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the thing...
Just look at the different styles right there. You get a nice, clean 1-2, right down the pop, right in the pop. Then you got the overhand right. The overhand right that landed right there.
I think what we had mentioned about pressure and the fight has settled down is paying dividends.
Look where it's at. It's too close for Jared to even kick anymore. He's right in his face. And that overhand right is finding a home.
It's every single time it's finding a home. Jared Drumond is in a world of trouble right now. And we're heading into the second round.
And what the key to that round was pressure.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is, that's what I was saying before the fight started. Nick breaks people by this pressure, man. And like you said, pressure makes diamonds, right? And this is the thing. But I'm going to tell you on that calf kick, you really start to feel that in the second and third round, if this thing even goes to the second and third round.
Here's some good action being shown right now in our replay. Just a lot of punches being thrown. Very high-paced round.
Yes, so Nick Guiditta, you saw him at, after that bell rang, he went back to his corner, and the confidence that he had was like, all right, I know, what avenue and path I need to be successful, and, I know how to get there. On the other end, there seems to be a little bit of confusion, like initially, on Jared Dumond's corner. But, they're from Niagara Top Team. They're one of the best teams in all of Canada.
100%.
Like, they've been nothing but a pleasure to deal with. And we're going to see what kind of corner instruction each of these guys get and how they apply it into the second round. I have a feeling the adjustments Jared is going to do might pay lots of dividends going into this second round.
Well, I think Jared needs to settle down and start creating the jab and establishing the jab and keeping Nick at the range 3 and 4, using maybe some teep kicks.
Oh, he went right for the takedown.
He did.
Because here's the problem. Sometimes you get caught up in a fist fight. You know what I mean? You get caught up in a fight.
Yeah.
He wants to turn this into an athletic contest. He doesn't want this to turn into a fight. He's going to win an athletic contest. He's not going to win a fight.
The dirtier this fight gets, the more it benefits Nick Guiditta.
100%. He's a brawler. He's a fighter. He's not a tactician.
I couldn't help but notice in between rounds, though, that Nick wasn't breathing hard and Jared looked like his cardio was subject.
Those takedowns, they're high-risk moves. Not high-risk, they're high-energy moves. It takes a lot out of you.
And look where the fight's taking place. He's right in his mug piece. He's right there.
I think Nick just made a mistake by even going for a takedown.
Well, it depends on what he does. Like right there, he's in a good spot. If he doesn't try and fall into the game, if he doesn't try and get too aggressive and get this, if he knows he has to bail out at some point and get on top, or get back to his feet if he has to, that's fine. He cannot get on bottom. That's the key, though.
Jared Dumond, it benefits him to almost lure Nick into a position of being on the ground, but
Nick's doing a good job right now being fluid. He's not being able to get reversed right there. Every time he lets go of that,
he's doing
the lock, and then he just stays on top the whole time. That's exactly what he should be doing.
Well, when you got almost 20 fights as an amateur,
exactly. You got a lot of ring experience, a lot of ring time.
Your ring IQ usually is through the roof.
Well, also, man, what we were talking about before, Nick has really good MMA jiu-jitsu, man. And there's a separate thing there. It's an experience.
And what I think benefits Nick the most is he's got a pretty big gas tank. It's like he's not burning out. He's not huffing and puffing.
He knows how. That comes with experience, with being in there so many times. You get a different level. And this is what we were worried about right there. What happens when you get reversed? And that's, Jared's doing a great job trapping that back arm.
It's to Jared's benefit. Now, Nick is exactly where Jared needed him from the beginning of the fight. And who put themselves in this position was Nick.
Yeah, but look, there's 30 seconds left. He won the entire first half.
That's a good point.
5-6 of the round, And now, look, he's not really taking any damage right now so far. Jared has yet to throw one punch.
You have to imagine Jared's corner told him get it to the ground.
Oh, clearly he went right away and had a takedown attempt.
And you got 20 seconds left, and Jared hasn't done much with that position.
He hasn't done anything. No. He's lost a round. There's really nothing.
Just laying on him.
Yeah, and to Jared's credit, he's taken every single punch that Nick has thrown up until this point.
Yeah. He that was too little, too late though. He lost the round.
He's going back to the corner down 2 rounds, and I think Matt DeMarc Antonio is going to inform him of that. Like that, he's got a very experienced corner. Jared's got a very experienced corner. And he's being told the truth right now. So even if it means like you put yourself in a worse position,
you got to go for it.
You have to go for
100%.
it. Yeah. And what I'd also like to see out of Jared, instead of just throwing the occasional one punch, let's get a couple more in there. Let's go 2, 3, 4.
Combos.
2, 3, 4. Yes. Because that's where Nick is capitalizing.
And I don't even like you just coming with the straight 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking 2, 3, 2. Hook, straight hook, different things like that. Body punches coming up and mixing it up. It gets, when you see the same thing coming all the time, it's easy to counter. That's when Nick's coming with that overhand right after the jab's coming.
And you can see the dividends being paid on the overhand right by the left eye
exactly.
on Jared Dumond.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a mouse on it. Do you guys think that Nick may have sold a few tickets, just out of curiosity?
Nah.
Maybe they just like him. I don't know.
Andy, you continuously bring these camps out of Canada, to Alabama, and I really like that a lot.
There's another big right hand.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, man.
Hey, that right hand. Find it out.
Jared is standing on his toes. He's on his toes, and he's throwing 2-3 punches in a row now, which is what he should have been doing in the second round. Commit to the actual exchange and lean in.
Good right hand right there.
See, I feel like that when Jared fights tall and he stays in range 4, it confuses Nick. He can't get in where he wants to be. He can't make that fight dirty where Nick really wants that fight to be like it's been the first 2 rounds. So
absolutely. So what Nick is doing is he's doing something very difficult. What he's doing is he's counter moving forward, and then he's waiting for that window to open, which is very difficult to find, and he does it consistently. That's not something you teach. It's just something you have.
There he came. There's the overhand right again.
The only thing I see is Jared is trying to keep it in the range that he needs to keep it at, but there's no footwork there. He's staying right there in the pocket.
Man, and Nick has proven very difficult to take down.
100%. Yeah.
For this entire fight, Nick has been winning the stand-up.
Good right hand. Good right hand. And that hurt Jared. Jared looks like he's hurt very bad right now. Nick pouring it on.
That liver shot got him.
Man, the heart on Jared Drumond is incredible. Half that locker room would have quit already, and Jared is standing in front of him and willing to trade.
I like the body work I'm seeing right now by Nick.
With a minute and a half, there is a lot of life in this round still. Man, the heart on these two guys is incredible.
Man, it's incredible. But it's like you touched on earlier, Mike, is all these guys from Canada, they bring it, man. The skill level up there is just amazing.
Hey, Nick Guiditta, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, he's filthy.
I love the body work he's showing. Every now and again he's throwing some head punches, but he dips down and comes back with a digs the body, like right there. See that uppercut to the body?
The heart on Jared Drumond is second to none.
But and this is the thing, we talked about that height reach. Nick is using that height advantage to his, that deficit to his advantage. Look how he ducks and rolls under these punches and comes up firing.
Now, all you young fighters at home right now, watching Nick Guiditta move forward against a taller, longer, stronger opponent, how he's keeping his cardio while doing twice the work of his opponent is through nasal breathing. He's breathing through his nose and expounding that breath out of his mouth. That is how he's keeping his gas tank full.
See how he rolls underneath these punches and comes back firing? He's waiting for his opponent underneath.
Great head
boom,
movement.
Boom.
He got caught there up against the panel. Amazing fight.
For Jared Drumond to be standing at the end of this fight speaks volumes of the heart and the travel and just discipline it took for him to get here. I have got a ton of respect for the Niagara Top team and every single person that they put in this cage for us.
100%.
Good fight, brother. Good fight. Awesome, dude.
Hey, Nick, you're filthy.
Love it, man. Good fight. Man, I got to be honest with you. Have we not? Every fight's been pretty phenomenal. That's our 5th one. They've all been really good.
Man. Man,
if you didn't like that fight, this sport ain't for you, you know.
But we were talking about real quick, Mike. You were talking about why am I pulling all these guys from Canada, man? Because if I didn't pull them down, that's why right there, man.
That's
because
that's
they're
what you
too talented to be stalemated.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 3 grueling rounds, it's a unanimous decision, and your belt stays in Bama tonight. Your winner, Nick the Chief Guiditta!
Jared Drumond belonged to be here tonight.
Yes, sir.
And
So
we're going to take it to Jeremy Ragland with an interview for our new champion.
Nick, come join me real quick. What a frickin' war. Well, let me ask you this. this. When you came in, was it your goal just to brawl with him and turn it into your world?
Well, to be completely honest, I had no idea what to expect from him, so I just knew I had to come in and do the best that I could do, be the best me that I could be. So all camp, it was me versus me, had nothing to do with him. Had a lot of obstacles to get out of my way in my personal life, and I did that, and now I'm back champ, and I'm here back to stay, baby.
So it seems like you hit him with everything you had over and over and over and over again. Man, how does it feel to have somebody that you just mash over and over and he just keeps coming?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't feel like I hit very hard. A lot of people in my camp say so, but I've hit a lot of people really hard and they just seem to keep coming, so I guess it's credit to them, but I worked my ass off to get to where I'm at. So I keep on pushing and I keep on fighting.
We'll give it up one more time to your 155